I have fun because these guys are fun, the interactions are fun, and you people are a flippin' blast. So thank you for letting me be a part of your party. Speaking of, let's get the party started, shall we? Let's bring to the stage two people who don't know each other and have never worked with each other. The honest man of the weekend, Osric, Chau, and Gil and McKinney. Yeah, but you might have lost my voice last night. You're still here?
Still here.
You're doing that?
I'll be here all weekend. I'll be here all weekend. I did not go to bed. I just put my costume on.
You look like Paul Revere.
That's what we're going for. Yeah.
Pull it up. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. I know how you do it, man.
Perry, man.
Every time.
We literally just met. Well, we met yesterday, but
Yeah.
never worked together.
No.
It makes total sense for them to put us together.
Gil,
Hug it out? Bro love right there.
another guy I have to go on my toes for.
Better than your knees.
One of us.
It's so early, man.
Is it normal to be sore after karaoke?
Yeah. Jaw just gets it. You know, DJ said the same thing to me.
Yeah, I've been one day. I'm like just exhausted. How long have you been doing this?
I guess this is my
Seventh year?
Well, this is my seventh con. This is my second year, seventh con, yeah.
Wow. How's it going in the back?
Yeah.
So who just got here? Everybody's been here all weekend? Yeah! So what are we doing?
We can't actually see, but I think there are people lined up.
Oh, there are people in.
Although we can actually see you in the back. We see faces in the back. And like 2 rows. We see you.
Well, go over here. Hey, what's your name?
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi,
Hi, Michelle.
Gil, I just wanted to say in a super non-creepy way, thank you for your con virginity pin.
Did you catch it? Enjoy. It didn't last long.
And then, I also wanted to ask you about your experiences working with LA Noir.
Oh, LA Noir is a video game that I did. If you're not familiar, it's a video game Rockstar put out. Honestly, I probably never worked harder on anything, and I'm very proud of it. I've never done
an
it.
amazing job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm proud of it. I worked on and off for like a year and a half on that, and I'd never done a video game before. And so we did like a couple months of the motion capture where you're wearing the suits with the balls and the hats, and I mean the balls that there's stuff all over you, guys. And so we had to do like the motion capture, which was a lot of fun, but it was challenging because I'd have to act out really like intense scenes, looking like a total idiot, And then we did the face recognition thing where you sat in a chair in this big white room with 1,000 cameras, and it videoed your face and everything and your voice, and then they put that on the motion capture and animated this amazing game. So if you haven't seen it and you like video games, it's great. LA Noir. Thank you.
Good job for your sing. That was really fun. I'm of the opinion that your characters are rather similar. What do you think their relationship would be like if you were men of letters at the same time?
Question for you: would you consider Kevin a man of letters? That's a good. Hold on, my voice is really coarse. So I'm gonna try something. One of my favorite people do this. Men of letters. Question for you, Gil. Do you watch the show?
Wow. I've seen it. I don't watch weekly, but I have seen it.
Okay, that's a common response. So does Kevin and Henry have a lot in common?
I honestly have no clue.
Kevin still doesn't have children.
No children. You have a mom though, right?
Yes, still have a mom. That's official now.
That's good. So you have family.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Are you leaving?
I'm wondering. I can't find. Can you tell me about your character a little bit? Your grandparent.
Do you watch the show?
I do watch it, but I'm always staring at my computer, so I'm not really paying attention.
Right. That's kind of how I watch too.
So tell me about Henry Winchester. Let's get to know each other's characters. So my character is a little Asian guy that turned out he got struck by lightning, and all of a sudden he could read these rocks that were instructions by God on how to kill things and open things and close things. And then
I do open some things, some portals, using some spells and things of that nature. Not Asian.
Okay, not Asian.
They were going to go that way,
but I wasn't available because I was
you were already working on Kevin, so.
Right. Okay, so you're a grandfather. Basically, my relationship with the Winchesters is that they put me in this room and they tell me to do things, and then I do it. But I feel like you're more of a leader character.
Yes. He tries to be a leader for the boys. They don't always listen to him, but I think that's pretty much par for the course, right?
Okay. I mean, there are similarities in the characters, but I feel like they're very different.
Yeah.
I think he has a cooler character. my character gets pushed around a lot. You know.
What do you wear? What do you get to wear?
I started off with a lot of button-ups, and it slowly moved on to the layers.
Say layers?
Yeah, layers. Well, layers. Just layers, big jackets and stuff.
Yeah, I wear some pretty cool suits.
Yeah, the suit.
Like custom made.
I think I got
to be a priest in the last
and,
episode.
and Valley Village. There's a lot of good. Well, you know what? Kevin's character was pretty funny. The first 2 weeks. First 3 episodes, I was in a very fancy house, drove a really fancy car, had really nice clothes, and then season 8 happened, and all of a sudden, like, my mom changed, and yeah, we came from a lesser, well-off family. Like, it was a very weird change, and so my clothes changed too. And then we're on the run, and all of a sudden, just came from nothing.
Well, look, man, I feel for you.
I feel like the Winchester got their stuff together.
Maybe at some point we'll run into each other, and Henry can help you out. Get you some new clothes, or get you a nice car.
So, yeah, I think, you know what, Henry would probably be a good dad for Kevin.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Have you ever met a woman named Linda?
Linda?
She's my mom. This is a really long room. I wonder if a time I get to the end.
All right. See you later. Hey up.
Hey, Osric.
Mark can go all the way to the end. It works.
He's taller, I think.
Actually, you haven't met Mark yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he's one of my favorite people. I talk about him too much. Okay, that was my Mark Shepard attempt.
My question's for Gil. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what it was like to work on Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. It was like a dream job, to be honest with you. It was the one show that I told my agent manager, I have to be on this show. Like, there's got to be something at some point I need to be on this show. I'm from Texas. It was my favorite show on TV at the time, and you know, season 5 rolled around, and there had been, I'd never even read for it, and then I got a call that there was a part that I was right for, and so we made a push to get me in to read for it, and like a week later, I was on a plane to Austin, Texas, to work on my favorite show, and it was really surreal. It was really strange. I'll be honest, like walking onto that set and sitting in the living room with Coach Taylor and wife and Julie, making out with Julie. That was pretty surreal too. But I had a blast, and yeah, it's definitely some great memories on that show.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
You were on Friday Night Lights? Awesome. I thought this season of talking about that. So I blend in really easily too, because he's really small. Oh, hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was wondering if, well, I feel like as actors, one of the greatest tools you can have is other actors and their influence on you and that kind of thing. So I was wondering if there's anyone whose work throughout their career has influenced your own, or somebody that you've seen everything they've ever been in, and it's for both. So yeah.
For me, yes, definitely. I think Tom Hanks and Matt Damon were two really big ones for me. I like their work, obviously, the character, the stuff they do behind the scenes, like the producing, writing as well. Mark Shepard from the show. I see him walking around the panels all the time while he's doing this thing. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, Mark. How do you do it? And then he sits on my lap. I'm like, okay. This is something I'm gonna try. So that just happened. That was a Mark Shepard tribute. Yeah, those are the two for me. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of people that I've worked with. Stanley Tucci comes to mind. Yeah, the confidence and ease that guy walks onto a set with is like unparalleled as far as from what I've seen. I was lucky enough to be a part of a show called ER, and when I read for it, I was coming in as an intern, and there was another head of the ER that was starting in the same episode, and I went to the wardrobe fitting, and I just asked the wardrobe person, because they usually have the information before the actors do, like on anything, and I asked them who was playing this doctor, and they said Stanley Tucci, and I almost fell on the floor. I was so excited. So my first day on set was getting to work with him, and I learned a lot.
Very cool. Thank you.
Okay. I'm Michelle.
By the way, I like your shirt again.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
My question is, if Henry Winchester and Kevin Tran did both get to live, do you think there is a possibility that Henry will consider Kevin Tran as a true Winchester and call him one of his grandsons? Because like by true Winchester, I mean similar Henry dying while worrying about John and his grandsons, and Kevin died before dying. He was worrying about Sam.
I hate to ask you, but I didn't understand the second part of the question.
Oh no, it's just one question. I'm just explaining the meaning of the true Winchester part.
Oh, the true Winchester part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Henry would welcome Kevin into the fold for sure. He seems like a good lad.
No, it'll probably do something with this. You walk into the men lab, it's like, who's that weird kid? Then you find out, like, oh, he's very peaceful. Okay. And I think eventually Kevin would probably warm up to him. Same with the other way around. They get used to each other, and yeah. I even would think that you would treat me a little bit better than your grandkids.
Probably, actually. Probably.
Yeah.
I think Henry might actually at some point realize that they do have a lot in common as far as like the book smart. Is Kevin smart?
Yeah.
I assume he is.
He's an advanced place.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think at a certain point Henry would probably realize that, and he'd probably be closer to Kevin than what's that?
And adopt him.
Officially adopted, yes.
Thank you.
So Henry's smart. They do have a lot in common. Yeah.
That's good.
Smart. It's really smart.
Too bad the writers aren't hearing any of this.
Good morning.
Morning.
This question is for Osric. Osric, I was wondering at the time that you guys shot 909, the episode where Kevin dies, did you know that he would be coming back a few episodes later, or did you just get a call like, hey, want to appear as a guest?
Okay, there was a really weird episode. I think I found out the day when I had like an idea before, but it's never like confirmed. So I don't usually like to pretend like everything's gonna go all fine and dandy. But the day of Robert Singer, the executive producer, was on set, and it was like a very somber day. Like I was going in and seeing everyone, and everyone, they kind of like, they all knew that this was the end. It was really weird. So Robert comes up to me, like he's one of the first people I've seen. He's just like, Oz, we're bringing you back. I'm like, oh. I'm like, is that, you're not playing, that's actually happening? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And even with that feeling though, I don't know if anyone else knew. Well, I mean, everyone had kind of an idea, but I think the fact that my character was dying was still like, it was just like this weird, heavy cloud that was over the set. So it was one of the days where there wasn't much joking around at all. And I know, it still felt like the last episode. So the end was actually really weird because they put the prosthetics over my eyes. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. And so for the last like 3 hours of the day, I was completely blind. So I said all my goodbyes before. And I was just, honestly, I was like walking through the set blind. It was like, I'm like, I can't believe this year would, like like Tanera in the show would end like this. So I'm like walking around, people are guiding me, and I'm like, eyes closed, I'm like, I'm kind of glad it's happening this way. Lie on the floor, and I'm just there for 3 hours. Right? Well, there's like one bit, it's like, okay, you're standing there, okay, I feel Jared's hand over my entire face. And and then it's boom, plop down onto the floor, and then I just stay there while we do a couple takes. It's like, okay, Osric, you just stay on the floor, don't move. And they just keep changing camera setups, and I'm just there, like pitch black, just hearing. It was a very quiet set.
I heard you were amazing.
Yeah. It was weird, and then when it was over, it was one of the ones where I didn't want to make it like a big deal of it, so we weren't quite wrapped. I had to go back, take off the prosthetics, but then I was done. They did like the show wrap thing, and yeah, I couldn't see anything or anyone, so it was just like and I just walked off, and then I went into my trailer, changed really quick, and I had to run off because I don't think I could have done it. It was tough, and then I came back like 2 months later, so I'm like, I'm getting back, but I think this was the last one though. So I kind of knew. Well, I don't know. You never know. But that's what I told the crew.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Krista. Good morning.
If you're sore after karaoke, you're doing it right.
Good.
Gil, as you were from Texas,
Texas and you don't have a discernible accent to my Northeast ears. Did you have to work to get rid of a Texan accent and, Osric, Vancouver accent?
Well, my Chinese accent went way long.
No, I didn't have to work specifically on that. I grew up singing and I was a voice major in college. And I've been in Los Angeles for 16 years now, so I think it just kind of faded. I mean, if I talked to my mom for a little bit on the phone, it came out now. You get a couple cocktails in me. Say stuff like, "What y'all fixing to do?" I'm fixing to go to the store. What y'all want? Why don't you get us some Cokes?
I love this. You just remind me of DJ Qualls right there. Can you do me a favor and say what I miss?
Say what?
What I miss.
What I miss? Good guy.
Hey, Jack.
What's up?
I was wondering, which one of you is more athletic and muscular?
Did you say muscular? Athletic and muscular? It is?
Well, I know this guy went to the gym the other day, but I think I used to be an athlete.
Shape. Yeah, no,
You're an athlete, right?
somewhat. What kind of sports did you play?
I used to do
Golf.
I used to do stunts before I was.
He used to do stunts.
And my brother runs a gym, so I'm kind of hanging out at a gym like half the time.
Probably this guy.
But it's been a while. I don't know.
You do martial arts.
I do.
Yeah.
But he looks. He looks amazing. Whatever he's doing is definitely working. So,
How did you show your arm muscles?
just the cat. I think we're in pretty good shape, but I don't know. We look like the stretch line.
You guys see the fitness center anywhere?
Oh my God.
Firstly, I just wanted to thank you for all of that.
You're welcome.
And my question is, what languages do both of you speak, and can you say something to me in one of those languages?
English? And no to your second question.
We have a bunch of dialects. Je peux parler en français. So Cantonese is my mother tongue, and then I picked up French because my dad used to be a French teacher, and I was in French immersion. When I was in grade 3, I started learning English, and then I moved to China in 2010 and picked up Mandarin.
Well, thank you very much.
I took 3 semesters of French in college. I was the worst student in class. The teacher would berate me in French. It was a terrible experience.
Well, thank you, and sorry for bringing up terrible childhood memories.
But he can do dialects. That's one thing that I wish I learned more of. I love the Southern accent. the different English dialects. Like, a lot of people that only speak English, like actors, they can do all of these different English dialects. I can't even do Chinese accents. So, and my parents actually speak like 6 languages each. So it's, I know, I'm looking at it.
Thank you.
Go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
My questions are, does your characters resemble anybody in your life, like family or friends, or did you take some special features from family or friends and put them in your characters?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned a little bit yesterday, getting the chance to play a grandfather definitely, like, brought up thoughts and memories with my grandfather. So I think I tried to incorporate some things from both of them into Henry, and they were definitely on my mind when working on the character, for sure.
For Kevin, I found out really quickly that he reminded me of a lot of people. And yeah, like, he reminded me a lot of myself, right, in different ways. I used to be very similar to Kevin, and I kind of went through that kind of same transformation. Obviously, our journeys are a little bit different, but yeah, Kevin, I used to be a smart kid, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you can't really, your book smarts aren't going to apply to here, but a lot of the habits that you picked up will. So you kind of went through that, and yeah, just the stuff he's having to been through. Like, I always think that Kevin is like a nice representation of what the fandom might be if they were thrown into the show. 'Cause Kevin thinks a lot of the same things. He freaks out at the beginning, and then he kind of, it's like, oh, right, this is the stuff I'm into anyways. Okay, let's figure this out. This is how I'm going to deal with it in a logical manner after the initial shock, and he rises to the challenge, and he's got all the skill set that he's come up.
My own.
I think it's out of batteries. And actually, I thought of something, but I think it might have been some fanfic that I was reading. But I feel like there was a time when like Dean and Sam needed to know something about video games, and they asked him. But that seriously might be something that one of you wrote. Yeah, he reminds me of you guys.
I was also going to say, when starting to work on Henry, Jack Kelso from LA Noir definitely kind of played into building Henry as well. Just the practice in saying things like, princess, and some of the dialogue that Henry gets to say on the show is pretty swell. It's definitely like a period kind of affect to it. So Jack Kelso definitely helped me build that part of Henry.
Hello. Okay, so about this is, I guess, for both of you, I guess each. So we know for Osric, we know that Kevin died and he left with his mom. That's the last we saw of him, right? What do you think they've been up to? Like, have they been doing like their own little hunting, or what kind of antics are going on? And for Gil, do you think when Henry died, did he try to find John? Maybe in heaven or
something? Yeah, I think Henry is probably always looking for John. I think he has a deep regret for leaving his son and not being able to return to him. So I think that's something that he's always going to be searching for. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line that can happen. It'd be really cool if it did. I did get to meet Matt last night for the first time, though, so that was cool.
For Kevin and Mrs. Trent or Linda, I think they're just going to try to settle down for a bit. It's a weird life, mom and her ghost son. As you know,
As you guys know, it's hard.
It's a new sitcom.
There's a lot of advantages to being a ghost. You don't have to eat or poop. So, at least she doesn't have to do a lot of cleaning. They probably are going for the whole domestic thing. They're trying to find a place that's safe, and just just unwind. I mean, she kind of spent like a year being chained up and tortured, so she's probably not looking for adventure. Although at some point, I think the mundane lifestyle will get to her, and then the writer's like, oh yeah, it's that time again where you gotta bring the chance back. But at least I think they'll be happy with just laying low and, the domestic lifestyle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
This question's for Gil, and I promise you I'm not the only one who wants to ask this question, but I got volunteered as the question asker, okay?
Sure, so you're not responsible, is that what you're
I'm
saying?
not responsible. Please don't hold me accountable for this, but do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Very exciting. Thank you.
I don't.
But what if he did? What if he did? Where would it be?
Yeah, I think tattoos are really cool. I've never had the desire, and there hasn't been anything so great that I want to have it on my body for the rest of my life yet. So maybe that'll change, but yeah. Thank you. My mom likes it that way. Good morning.
I wanted to ask, before you have like intense emotional scenes, is there something that you do to like either physically or like read something or listen to something that helps you get into that mind space for those scenes?
I think every scene is different. It really depends on how much you connect to the character of the scene and what's going on. Sometimes, when I did season 9, episode 2, it was very easy because I just went up there and I listened to Jensen talk to me. But they were ready. They're like, we didn't have to go there. He was ready to like yell and scream and swear at you. But yeah, it's just because I'm so attached to the Kevin character. I feel a lot of he's gone through this whole journey, and just listening to that speech, it came pretty naturally. Just because it's a real emotions come from that scene being played out. So it's just like being in the moment really helped. Other times it's so awkward, especially when you're shooting in pieces, that you might like bring an MP3 player or an iPod and just listen to some of your songs and just think of my dad's childhood or my grandpa near the end of his life, and those things will bring you to that moment, and then you just try to apply it to the scene. So I think it changes depending on the scene and who you're working with on that day.
Yeah, I was gonna say so music helps me sometimes. If I feel like I need it, I can take something with me to set or in my trailer and kind of get me in a certain mood. Osric said a really great thing. Sometimes just listening helps, and just trying to. One of the harder things for me in that is when you're on set, there's so many distractions. There's so many things that can pull you out in an instant, So it's a challenge sometimes to kind of stay in that place. I've worked with actors that are phenomenally talented at just like turning it on and off. For me, at least up to this point in my career, it takes a little more work, or it doesn't come as easy. But I've worked with actors that, on command, it could just drop a tear, like a Denzel Washington-sized tear from their eye. What is he? What's that?
The OPT, the one perfect tear.
One perfect
tear. It's not always a real tear, just letting you guys know. But some actors can really do that. Yeah, it's amazing.
It really depends on the training too. Like I said before, like I grew up my entire life trying to be this tough guy, not crying. Right? I don't think I openly cried until I was like 20. Right? And this was just part of the culture, right? This wasn't something you did, growing up, being that kid. It wasn't part of my life. And so since I became an actor, I had to like actually let myself go. So like watching a movie, I think the first one was like Lord of the Rings. It's just like, let it go. Keep going. I really maybe at the start, but it was like, okay, just trying to let the tears go because I had such a habit of like you're doing it again, stop it, right? And I'm like, okay, stop it, stop it, just let this ending happen and move you, or like a lot of the. For some reason, war movies get me. Like any battle scene where people rally and they're like, they're finally getting together. And they're doing it. Every time it's just like, But this is, I'm slowly sinking into my seat. I'm like, okay, this is happening. So it definitely took a lot of shaking. And yeah, you meet the people that can just turn it on and off, and it's just like, wow. This, sometimes they're really emotional. It's practice. For the music thing, like there are certain songs that I associate with different things. Some more emotional than others. If you show me the meaning to being lonely, I'll immediately think of walking from the bus stop to my school. Lip syncing, walking in the middle of the street. And other songs will just bring me to that place. So we all have different things that we associate with different emotions as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it's good that music was brought up because that ties into my question.
Nice segue.
Yeah. So every day, every weekend, I guess, when I watch convention videos in my bedroom, I always think, I wonder what song is stuck in their head. So I just thought I'd ask, is there a song stuck in your head at this moment in time? If so, what is it? And if not, what is your favorite song in this moment right now?
The one that's been stuck in my head lately is a new John Legend song.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. Playing right now in my room. Okay. Wow. You're listening to it in your room? Actually, I had it on repeat. That's meant to be. That was usually. I thought I heard you. Are you crying? I'm crying. Wow. Yeah, actually, John Legend, All of Me. I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna say it? That was so funny. Great song. Yeah, it is a great song, but yeah, usually it's like an Eminem song for me. So it's just so random. Like, wait, this is actually his kind of song. I think wow. Yeah, John Legend.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Such a good. There's like 4 chords and
great lyrics.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny you can have a crush on a song?
It's so simple.
Yeah. I love this song so much. Is this the one he's on piano? It's got a ballad, yeah.
So simple. I actually went out of my way to get it. I don't usually do that.
You went out of your way by going to iTunes and making one. Wow.
I had to put my password in and
everything. Verify my account.
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
But we're good now. See you guys too.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a disabled Air Force veteran.
Hi, Shannon.
Veteran. Would you guys ever consider doing like war movies?
Yes.
Military movies?
Absolutely. I'd be honored to be a part of something like that. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I love war movies. I watched a ton growing up. I was in cadets for like I think 9 years. And cadets is like military for kids. I did a web series / movie for Halo, and that was a lot of fun. So that was like a war. I mean, it was like a sci-fi war movie. We had like laser guns and stuff. But
right when I did LA Noir, there was a backstory of World War II, which was cool. But like I said, we were acting out scenes with these fake guns, wearing like motion capture suits. So it wasn't quite the same as Saving Private Ryan. It wasn't quite the same, but I got to use my imagination.
But like the grit from like wars, like that's something I love. So we got to put on the full space armor, but we're still going through like a forest, driving in all these like. I went through like a week of physical training and drills and just firearms trainings, and that stuff is just so much fun. I'm a very physical actor coming from a stunts background, and anytime I can get dirty and bruised and beaten up, like I just really cherish that. It makes me feel like
I'm there. I didn't hear the question, but that's a hot answer. Thank you very much. And over to you, Abby Brown.